Hello, welcome to Race Academy of Computer Examinations. Today's topic on Race Crash Course Series number 14. Topic Chemical Kinetics, most expected questions. See the first question, the activation energy of a reaction at a given temperature is found to be 2.303 RT, joule per mole. Okay. The ratio of rate constant to the Arrhenius factor is. Okay. So here we have four different options. See, activation energy is EA and K is the rate constant and A is the Arrhenius factor. You know that the relation between all these things is K is equals to A into e to the power of minus EA by RT. For this, they have taken logarithmic form. And in this equation, log K by A is equals to e to the power of minus EA by RT for this log taken, based on log taken. Of that, they have substituted the EA value given in the problem as 2.303 RT. And that value got minus 1. So minus 1 antilog is 0.1. So that means B option is given as right option. Next question. Under the same reaction conditions, initial concentration of 1.386 moles per decimeter cube of a substance becomes half in 40 seconds and 20 seconds through first order and zero order. Means 40 seconds is first order half-life, 20 seconds is zero order half-life. Okay. And they are asking a ratio K1 by K0. Ratio of these rate constants of first order is K1 and zero order is K0 for the reaction is. See, they have already given that K0, zero order rate constant is A by 2K. We know that formula, half-life. In this, half-life of zero order 20 seconds substituted. Assume this is first equation. Same way, for first order reaction, half-life is 0.693 by T half. In that, if you substitute first order rate, half-life 40 seconds, assumed as second one. So from both the equations, we can find K1 by K0. K1 is 0.693 by 40. K0 is 1.386 by 2 into 20. So that simplification got 0.5. So it indicates that option A is the right option for this question. Next question. The rate constant of reaction 2N2O5 gives rise to 4NO2 plus O2 can be written as in three ways. That is minus d by dt concentration of N2O5 is equals to K into N2O5 concentration. That means rate constant. Similarly, d by dt of NO2 concentration is equals to K dash into NO2 concentration. In another way, they are given d by dt of concentration of O2 is equals to K double dash into N2O5 concentration. Now, we have three different rate constants in the three expressions K, K dash, K double dash. So, they are asking us the relation between K and K dash and between K and K double dash. Okay. For this reaction, you write the stoichiometric rate equation. Then, from the above equation, we got 1 minus 1 by 2 d by dt of N2O5. That is given as K into N2O5 concentration. Likewise, plus 1 by 4 d by dt of NO2 concentration given the question is K dash N2O5. Likewise, d by dt of O2 concentration given as K double dash into N2O5 concentration. After cancelling N2O5, We got 1 by 2 k is equals to 1 by 4 k dash is equals to k double dash. After that, multiplying these all fractions with 4, we got this value. So 1 by 2, yeah, 4 is there. So with 4, if you multiply, then what will happens? K dash is equals to 2k for the first two things. Okay. Next, for the second two things is k dash is equals to k double dash is equals to 1 by 2k. So the correct answer is k dash is equals to 2k, k double dash is equals to k by 2. That is the B option. This is k. Next question. The rate constant k1 and k2 for the two different reactions are 10 power 16 into e power minus 2000 by t and 10 power 15 into e power minus 1000 by t respectively. The temperature at which k1 is equals to k2 is. So it is very clear from Arrhenius expression. We can see Arrhenius expression for both these equations. Considering as k1 for the first expression, k2 for the second expression. The temperature at which k1 and k2 will be equal. So that is what they are giving. That means k1 and k2 both are equal. That condition is taken. Of taking the condition, simplifying the things, that is 10 power 15 by 16 value will be taken like this. 10 power minus 4 minus 1 is equals to e power minus 1000 by t came. So we can apply log for it after applying the logarithmic form. Now simplifying the things, finally we got t is equals to 1000 by 2.303 Kelvin. So B option is the right option for this. See the next question. A schematic plot of ln k equilibrium versus inverse of temperature for a reaction is shown below. The reaction must be exothermic, endothermic, one with negligible enthalpy change, highly spontaneous at ordinary temperature. So we have this along the y-axis ln k equilibrium is there, and along the x-axis we have 1 by t k is there, temperature. So in this, the diagram if you observe from that, k1 is 2.0, k2 is 6 and 1 by t is 1.5, 1 by t2 is 2.0 10 power minus 3. See here, this is the value, here the values, here 6 is there, here 2 is there. So those things substituted in this, what we got is ln k2 by k1 is equals to delta h by r into 1 by t1 minus 1 by t2. In this, substitute the values from the graphical representation. This log 6 by 2. So k2 is 3, k2 is 6, k1 is 2. So log 3 it is equals to delta h by r into minus 0.5 10 to the power minus 3 came. Why? Because this 1 by t1 value from the graph is 1.5 10 to the power of minus 3. 1 by t2 value is 2.0 10 to the power of minus 3. This is the value. These values are substituted in this expression. Then after simplified, the delta h value s minus log 3 into r by 0.5 10 to the power minus 3. That will become definitely negative. So the reaction is exothermic. That indicates the correct answer is option A. So you have observed how the things went in this discussion from the graph. So indirectly given the values and a graph we have to check it carefully to find out the reaction nature. Okay, let us move to the next one. See, in this question, they have given a plot of ln k against 1 by t epsilon is expected to be a straight line with the intercept on the coordinate axis. Okay, so you can observe this relation where it is available in the Gibbs equation. Delta G naught is equals to minus RT ln K. Delta G naught, if you substitute in this one, you will get ln K is equals to minus delta H naught by RT plus delta S naught by R. Comparing with Y is equals to mx plus C. And in this equation, we are considering Y is equals to delta S naught by R. So that means this is minus delta H by R tan theta slope delta H by R. This is okay. So that means in this expression, a straight line is obtained intercept of coordinates. What are the coordinates here? So delta S naught by R is there on the coordinate axis. That means delta S naught by R. See the next question we have. An organic compound undergoes first order decomposition. Time taken for decomposition to 1 by 8 to 1 by 10 of its initial concentration or T 1 by 8, T 1 by 8 and T 1 by 10 respectively. Then what is the value of T 1 by 8 by T 1 by 10 into 10 is how much? They are given log 2 value 0.3. See, we have to consider some initial concentrations as A naught and concentration after some time interval is A and time is T. First order rate constant K is equals to 2.303 by T into log A naught by A. In this expression, A is equals to A naught by 8 at T 1 by 8. Okay. Decomposition reaction. Coming to the T1 by 8 expression, 2.303 by K into log A by 8. So which is simplified, get 2.303 by K into log 8 K is the first expression. Similarly, for the second expression, for the rate constant we have, that is 2.303 by K into log A naught by 10. That has become 2.303 by K into log 10, second equation. So we have T 1 by 8 and T 1 by 10, these two values. Their division into 100, if you find, what will happen? It will be coming 3 into log 2. Log 2 answer is 0.3, so 3 into 0.3 into this 10 already is there in the given formula. So we got 9 for this one. So 9 is the answer for this question. See the next question. The decomposition of ammonia on tungsten surface at 500 Kelvin follows zero order kinetics. The half-life period of this reaction is 45 minutes when the initial pressure is 4 bar. Okay, this is the T off. And the half-life period of the reaction when the initial pressure is 16 bar at same temperature is how much? So half-life order of reaction cases, if you observe, that means you can easily find it. That means there is an expression is there we have, that is half-life with zero order constant. So T of is equals to A naught is the formula. A naught is taken as initial concentration. So half-life is directly proportional to the initial concentration of the or pressure of the substance. So that one, if you consider in place of A naught, also you can write P1 for the first case, where that time given is 45 minutes. One half-life is 45 minutes. Okay, other half-life we don't know, but that time they are given partial pressures. So T1 by 2 by T1 by 2, T of 2 by T of 1 is equals to P2 by P1. So we want to find a T of 2, then that will become equals to P2 by P1 into T of 1. P2 is given as 16, P1 is given as 4 bar. Upon simplification, substituting the first half-life as 45 minutes in this one, you got 180 minutes. So the correct answer is option D. See the next question. In a zero order reaction, for every 10 degrees rise of temperature, the rate is doubled. If the temperature is increased from 10 degrees to 100 degrees Celsius, rate of reaction will become. See, since the rate of reaction increases 2 times for every 10 degrees rise, we have rate at 100 degrees Celsius by rate at 10 degrees is 2 power the change in the temperature by 10, that is 2 power 9, means 512 times is the answer. Next question. For a first order reaction, A gives rise to products. The concentration of A changes from 0.1 molarity to 0.025 molarity in 40 minutes. The rate of reaction when the concentration of A is 0.01 molar is. So first order rate constant formula we have to write first. Then after they are given the 0.1, initial concentration is 0.1, A minus X value given as 0.025. On the time also given as 40 minutes. Upon substitution, these all values in the first order rate constant, they got 0.0347 minute inverse. So for the given reaction, the rate usually is equals to K into rate constant into concentration of A. So the rate constant already calculated is 0.0347 and concentration is 0.1. Okay. Sorry, they are asking concentration value here. 0.01 is what? So that one substitute here. Then it has become 3.47 10 to the power of minus 4. So that's why option A is the right option for this one. Next question. For first order reaction is 60% completed. If the first order reaction is 60% completed in 60 minutes, it's not half-life, but half-life of the reaction is how much they are asking. Okay, so from the 60% information we can find rate constant, and the rate constant will substitute in the half-life. Let us see. In the first order rate constant expression, if you substitute all the values of 60%, all these things except this this time also, then you will find what is rate constant exact answer. So 60 minutes given already, so that's 60 minutes, and 60% means that A minus X is 40. Upon simplification, we got rate constant as 0.0153, and this is substituted in the half-life period. Half-life formula we have 0.693 by K. So in that also you can substitute this value 0.0153 Now that we get 45 minutes approximately, 45.3 exactly. So we have 45 minutes. Second option is the right option. Okay, the next question, at 300 Kelvin a gaseous reaction A gives rise to B plus C was found to be follow first order kinetics. Starting with pure A, the total pressure at the end of 20 minutes was 100 millimeter Hg. The total pressure after the completion of reaction is 180 millimeter Hg. Then what is the partial pressure of A? Here also we have to analyze in a different manner. That is, you take this reaction A gives rise to B plus C, the equation, find that 1 mole of A decomposed to give a total number of 2 moles. One is 1 mole B, 1 mole C. Then initial pressure is 180 by 2 is 90 minutes. So if X is the amount of A decomposed of 20 minutes, then pressure of A will become 90 minus X, and pressure of B and C will become X each. But the total pressure of 20 minutes is given in the question is 100 millimeters. Then the total is 90 minus X plus X is equals to 100. From this expression we can find X. What is X? X is 10 millimeter Hg we got. It means, what is the partial pressure of A? They ask, what is partial pressure of A? 90 minus X is there. In this X if you substitute, we got 80 millimeters. So 80 millimeters, D option is the right option for this one. See the next question. A given sample of milk turns sour at room temperature 27 degrees Celsius in 5 hours. In a refrigerator at minus 3 degrees Celsius, it can be stored 10 times longer. The energy of activation of souring of milk is. See, in this 27 degrees Celsius means T1 is 300 Kelvin and minus 3 degrees Celsius means T2 is 270 Kelvin. Arrhenius equation logarithmic form if you use here in this, then from the first order rate constant, second order rate constants values for 2.303 by 5 into log A by A minus X, and at minus 3 degrees Celsius 2.303 by 15 into log A by A minus X, these two equations you substitute in this one. Then first we got the ratio K2 by K1 is 10 power minus 1. So that means K2 by K1 is 10 power minus 1. So log K2 by K1 will become minus 1. Now that temperatures T2 minus T1 by T1 T2, all T1 T2 both are substituted in the Arrhenius expression, and R value also substituted as 8.314. Then after simplification I got activation energy is 2.303 R into 2700 joule per mole, converted into kilojoules as 2.303 R into 2.7 kilojoules per mole we got. So that is exactly matches with our D option. So D option is the right option for the question. See the next question. The rate of reaction A gives rise to products at the initial concentration of 3.24 into 10 power minus 2 molarity is 9 times its rate at another initial concentration is 1.2 into 10 power of minus 3. So 2 initial concentrations and time intervals also, how many times the rate of reaction is changed. So depending on that you can find the order of reaction here. For first statement the rate of reaction is written as K into 1.2 to the power of minus 3 whole power alpha I am taking. And for the second step, that is 9 times the rate of the initial one is that is matter 9 R is equal to K into 3.24 to the power of minus 2 whole power alpha taken. So if we divide this equation, that means after dividing the second equation, first equation, second equation, got 9 is equal to 27 power alpha. That means 3 square is equal to 3 power 3 alpha. So 3 alpha is 2. Alpha is 2 by 3. So that means D is the right option for this question. See the next question. Consider reaction Ag plus BH gives rise to products. When concentration of both the reactants G and H is doubled, the rate increases 8 times. However, when the concentration of G is doubled, keeping the concentration of H is fixed, the rate reaction is doubled. What is the overall rate of order of the reaction? See, in this we have to first write the data information from the statements. G concentration, A concentration, rate and all after writing here. G concentration is A, H concentration is B, and rate is considered as R. And they are telling when both G and H concentration doubled means A became 2A, B became 2B, then the rate increased by 8 times means 8R here. However, when the concentration of G only doubled when keeping the H concentration is fixed, means B remains as B only. That time the rates they are said to be doubled. Here 2R. So upon taking this expression 2, 8R became K into 2 power X into 2 power Y into G power X into H power Y. That is second equation. The first equation is general equation. R is equal to K into G power X into H plus H power Y. So from these two equations we can solve what is X plus Y. Out of solving the X plus Y, we got 3. X plus Y total is 3. That means order of reaction is 3. Overall order of the reaction is 3. So option D is the right option for this question. See the next question. The inversion of cane sugar was studied in HCl at 298 Kelvin. The following polarimeter readings were obtained at different intervals of time. Here, different time intervals are there. On the first line, first row, second row, the degree values noticed. The reaction of inversion of cane sugar is what kind of reaction? Is it unimolecular, bimolecular, termolecular or tetramolecular? So to find this one, we need this all information. So we have to start with the inversion of sugar rate constant formula 2.303 by 10 log R naught minus R infinitive by RT minus R infinite. Here in the question R naught, RT and R infinite are reading a polarimeter at 0 time, any time and T time, here written like this. Readings of the polarimeter at 0 time and different time intervals, infinite time intervals are noticed. So this is the value rate, this is the value rate at T time, that means 18 seconds, 18 minutes, 27 minutes, this is the rate calculated. So R naught value minus R infinitive value here in the first case is substituted. After substituting the values here we got this is 0.0113 rate constant. At 18 minutes rate constant is 0.1118, 27.05 minutes it is 0.0118. Since the value of K is almost same in the 18 minutes case and 27 minutes case. So here it is 0 order. The correct answer for this one is unimolecular reaction, first order only. See the next question. From the data of the reaction A gives rise to B, delta H is equals to plus 20 kilocalories per mole. Activation energy is 30 kilocalories per mole. Find the value of delta H and activation energy of the reverse reaction, that is B gives rise to A. You can observe here we have an equation that is delta H is equals to EP minus ER. EP means energy of products, ER means energy of reactants. And in this delta H value in the question given as 20, so that's 20 kilocalories. If substitute in this one, EP minus ER will become 20. And telling one thing that delta H for the reverse reaction what will happen, so it will become negative. Means This is positive first one. When it is asking reverse reaction, this will become negative. So activation energy of the reverse reaction is, from the picture also you can observe, that is EA dash. This is the value. EA dash is equals to EA minus delta H. So this is equals to this one. Then 30 minus 20, that is 10 kilocalories. This is the answer for this one. See the next question. An exothermic reaction X gives rise to Y has an activation energy of 21 kilocalories per mole of X and heat of reaction is 60 kilocalories. Find the activation energy of the reaction Y gives rise to X. It is also like reversible reaction. Reverse reaction. So we saw the equation in the previous model also, which is same, but here delta H value given as 21, which is added to activation energy of the EA. Here this is the part, and 21 plus 60 is 81. That is for reverse reaction. Y gives rise to X. So when Y will become X, it means it has to cross all this barrier. Means this value, that is activation energy of the forward reaction plus delta H, that got 81. Thank you. We'll meet in the next session.